Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Joe, happy Monday.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday.
I don't know if you got your cup, but I'm ready with some coffee because Lord knows I need it. He is ready, man. I'll tell you what. Yeah, cheers.
Let's go. Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. We were just so everybody knows, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty before we started. So it was like, that's why we're a minute. Oh, look at this. This guy's going to show me up because I ain't got my hat ready. There it is. That's all right. That's all right. I don't mind the CCM swag everywhere. Oh, man. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a great weekend. We're going to go through a lot of stuff today. We're going to be talking, obviously, the debt, the Doge. We're going to talk about the UK trying to limit put a cap on stablecoin ownership. We're going to talk about Thailand freezing bank accounts. We're going to be talking all kinds of stuff, including I'll give you guys a bit of a recap with regard to my trip to the Boston Blockchain Week. And yeah, we're going to talk about all of that kind of stuff. Let's go check in with the chat and then we'll kind of jump in. How's that sound, Joe?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's scroll on back up here. Mike in the house, numero uno in the house. Appreciate you. Steve Hickey, appreciate you being here, my friend. As always, great support. Yes, and the bingos and the bangos. If you're a channel member, you know the drill. Bingos, bangos, and just type them in there because we like seeing it. Dylan is in the house. Appreciate Dylan being here. BC Port Corp. BC Port Corp. Myself and hopefully Crypto Bedell. We'll see. I don't know. Bedell's been sick. Tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be going deeper into this whole thing going on in Thailand. And I'm hoping, I'm going back and forth right now with Joel Valenzuela from Dash, trying to get him to join in on the conversation. We'll see how that goes. I'm still trying to work out the details with that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Thank you for asking, Dylan. I appreciate that. I'm going to talk about that kind of toward the end. So we'll talk more about that a little bit later. And yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate all of you. I'm just double checking to make sure that I'm not missing. Oh, Army Piper, of course. Army Piper in the house. Thanks for sending everybody over here. Much appreciated. Sir, I do appreciate it. JR in the house. Yeah, there we go. Dropping those graduation caps. Much appreciated, guys. Hopefully JR will be joining us Friday night for Crypto on the Rocks. We're getting closer to that 100th episode of Crypto on the Rocks. So I'm going to start promoting that soon. So stay tuned for that. All right. I guess we should probably kick this thing off, Joe. I've been kind of do it. I've only got really one Bitcoin thing that I wanted to bring up here. And if you're coming over from Piper Academy, he mentioned this already this morning. There you go. Michael Saylor doing it again, picking up some more BTC for strategy, 525 Bitcoin worth $60 million. Dang. That's all I wish I had a spare 60 million. Now, in fairness, it's not like he's got a spare 60 million. He's leveraging everything to the hilt. Again, if you've heard me and BC go off about it on Hollow Line, hell, I've gone off about it here with Joe. Poor Joe has to listen to me, bitch. I think that, I think that it's just him over leveraging things. But here you go. We're at it again. Joe, anything you want to add with regard to Mr. Saylor and his $60 million worth of Bitcoin?
Yeah. So I have a question. So with him doing what he's doing, and when we get to all-time highs, or at least for him to take, or anybody would normally take profit, is he going to take profit and buy more of his stock? Or is he just going to take profit and hold it till the bear market? Or is he just going to hold it and like lose a lot of money because he's DCAing pretty much at the very top? Because I mean, we just have a few months, like literally like 2 months left, in my opinion, for this cycle. So yep. that's what I'm kind of worried about. And like, does anybody know his game plan? Because I just know he's buying, and he's always saying, I'm never selling. Well, that's never sell Bitcoin. So what is he doing? I don't know. BC Port Corp knows.
I don't know that. Yeah, I'm bringing up his thing right now. I honestly don't know. Here's the thing, man. Yeah, his plan is to never sell. Yes, exactly. Or at least that's what it's been. And yes, facts right there. Listen, you're right about that. Like I said, I'm a DCA and HODL kind of guy, but I got a little bit. I'm doing the Piper plan because why the hell not, man? Piper's got it down cold, if you ask me. But to be honest with you, Joe, to answer your question, I'm not 100% sure what the heck he's got going on. Like BC said, he's on the, or as far as I know, the I'm never selling thing. The problem's going to be if, Bitcoin drops. And I was going to mention it before we got, right after we got to the fear and greed index, but I was seeing people now saying like beginning of 2026, Bitcoin back down in that 75K range. I was like, what? I mean, now it could. I mean, who knows? But I'll be interested to see what you got to say about that prediction. And hey, Sonny's in the house. Appreciate that. Don't forget this coming Sunday, after Billy Goat Tail, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Sonny and I are going to be talking about blockchain as part of the Unlocking Your Crypto Journey educational series. So make sure you are here for that. Joe, any thoughts? I'm going to bring up the fear and greed index here, but any thoughts about that? What I just said about that guy's, the predictions now coming out around 75K for Bitcoin in the beginning of 2026.
Yeah, I actually have a prediction lower than that. And I made a video. Yeah, I made a video a few days ago, and it's basically, for the top and the bottom. And again, it's nobody knows. And of course, the thumbnail has like a crystal ball with one of the gypsy ladies with Bitcoin, and it's all-time high, all-time low. Where's it going to go? And then of course, I kind of break down what I think and why I'm thinking it. But I do think that, potentially we could go lower. And I mean, if we do, great. And that's why my theory is like especially with Sailor, like if it goes down to 70 or even lower, like all his massive gains, they're
yep. And I just want to hit the
way up. So
yep, no, I'm with you. And I want to bring up before we go to your chart, Joe, because I mean we're in neutral on the fear and greed, which kind of surprised me a little bit. But I wanted to bring this up. I know BC is answering Army Piper in the chat here, but he's playing a game wrong. He'll be forced to liquidate if he has to pay people and he can't raise new capital to pay out original investment. Yeah, right. I agree, and that's part of this whole over leveraging thing that I see with regard to what Sailor's strategy is here. It's just insane. You agree with what BC and Piper are saying right here, Joe?
Oh, yeah. BC extremely smart and Piper extremely smart.
Oh, hell
so
yeah.
Anything that they say, even if I were to disagree, which I don't, but I would have to reconsider my thought process. Like, well, maybe let me look at it a little bit closer. Yep. But yeah, I agree completely.
Yep. I'll tell you what, you just dropped some facts right there, Joe. And All Set's in the house. Appreciate you being here, All Set. Thank you, man. Let's see. Okay. Why don't we get to you on the Bitcoin chart, and that way we can move on with all the other stuff we got going on. Yeah, okay. Let's bring your chart up here. There we go. All right, Joe, it's you.
Yeah, it's going to be fairly quick. But this is the video I'm referring to. It's the Bitcoin market all-time high, what I think. And, of course, I put it to where you can kind of see it. Bear market low, what I kind of think. So definitely check it out. Smash the like. Leave a comment or two. If you agree, disagree, but definitely check out this video. And it's one of my more recent videos. But for this, let's go ahead and go here. Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. We're going to zoom in and we'll zoom out. And, of course, it's always, well, let's just do what we're supposed to. We're supposed to go zoom out first. So zooming out first, we can see that the price action is, well, it was above our, I call these power lines. I got to try to find something to sell y'all, but these are power lines. These are tipples, the trade intuition power line.
I like tipple better, Joe. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Since everybody has, different names for these trend lines and everything it's everybody repackages what's already been there. Anyway, so looking at this, so let's go ahead and just hide this really quick. It went above our power line or tipple, and then it broke below. So when it's inside of this range, this golden, or not golden, but this orange zone, I'm bullish. But when we broke below it, well, then I'm bearish. So same thing here. When we broke below it, I'm bearish. And Then we came up again, and then we came back down, and then it's a bunch of seesaw, especially right now. If we go to the 4-hour time frame and come over here, and we can see that we have pretty much a range, and it's easier to see on the 1 hour, but I want to show you this really quick. It's a couple of levels that I'm looking at, and I'm still looking at them. This one right here, this is a really nice level that we can see. This is our fixed range volume profile, but here's a level where we came up, came down, and I'm all about pivots. Pivots, they're very, very strong. They show you where support or resistance are at. Now, of course, if you understand market structure, you don't want to just do every single pivot. You need to find the highest pivot and the lowest pivot. That's basically break of structure, but not to get too technical, it's just the highest part and the lowest part. But inside of this, here's a level right here. So if we break this level, well, then more than likely this could be the start of a potential change of trend, because we were going up, and now because we broke this, I call it level 1. We could do a lower low, then a lower high. Then if we break that lower low, well, then that's level 2. The more levels you have, the more confirmed the trend is. It just, that's how it goes. Now, if we go to the 1 hour time frame, we can see, and I did this for my group yesterday. I believe I put it on YouTube or for my Discord or for my Telegram. I do so many update videos. It's ridiculous. Whenever they need to be done. When the price was here, I'm thinking, and of course on YouTube as well. I do this. I kind of rehash what I did for the VIP, but here I'm thinking that we're going to go up, come down, maybe bounce here, and then continue up. But at this time, I didn't really think that we might do this. I'm thinking more we come up, down. Normally I put an A and a B, but this is, and I said that on the videos as well. I don't think this is going to happen. It could, but I think this is going to happen. And once we started doing this, now we're kind of in this range. So this is the reason for this fixed range volume profile. Let me go to extend this out all the way over now. And we can see that the point of control is still the same. Because the point of control is here, and because we're kind of in this, we started doing this range, what I did was I used the parallel channel, which is over here. And with the parallel channel, I ended up doing from the absolute bottom using the magnet tool to the top. And what that does, and if y'all want the same settings, and I go over this on YouTube, on my channel, 0.5, these are my levels. You can save it, you do the template, save as. But what it's doing is giving me the halfway point. So the halfway point of this range at that moment when I did this is right here. This is a white line. The point of control is up here. So what it's doing is giving me a box. It's giving me a level of potential resistance, and that's why I'm thinking from here, we might go up. I didn't think here we're going to come down. I thought we were going to come up and then go here and then come down. And here's where possible bounce. Well, it came up, went a little bit above it right here to this level. I can't draw lines everywhere because then it'd be crazy. But it went right up here to this resistance level, shot straight down. And as it's coming up, I'm telling the group and I'm making videos saying right now, this was a very wicked move, very strong, like just mean, for the market makers to come down, not even bounce, just come down really hard. And now we're starting to come up. So if, people are entering longs because everybody's posting alt season, I'm being very careful this season versus last season. Last season, I listened to everybody. This season is like, man, I'm looking for that reversal. I'm looking for what could potentially happen. Plus, we have, and if you're not watching Army, which hopefully everybody here is, but Army breaks it down really, really great in reference to the economy, what's gonna probably happen, and what's already kind of like priced in and everything else. So here, I'm telling everybody, if we break above this, which there's a pretty good chance we will, if we break above this, then just be very careful if you're opening longs, because at this moment, the charts are looking okay. They're looking pretty good, because what they're doing is they already retraced and they're breaking levels. I said, just be very careful. And sure enough, we shot up violently just to come back down violently. And all this is doing, so here we're trading. We're trading longs, we're trading shorts. Some are doing well, some are getting stopped out. And then here, boom, violent, boom, violent, boom. So all this right here from starting right in this area is just liquidations. That's all it's doing. And then here again, boom, violent. And this is the level that I'm watching. And then sure enough, the alert. Now, has this happened to you? I know Trader Geo is like really, really upset. The alerts aren't going off. I don't know what's going on. I pay good money for this trading view, but let me know in the chat. Are your alerts going off? Let me know in the chat. Put a 1 for yes and a 0 for no, or just type in yes, alerts going off. No, alerts aren't going off. But a lot of my alerts aren't going off. But here we end up getting a wick, and then of course here we broke through it, and now we're fighting. This is the level I'm looking at. This is our value area low. Goes right up to the value area low, comes back down, and now it's doing this little box, this little boringness. And if you trade patterns, you might see a bear flag, and I'll just draw it out for you. I know this, I said this is going to be quick, man. I hate it because I always teach and I try my best to just keep it short, but like all this is teaching. So I don't trade patterns, but this is what most people might see. And then if it comes down, well, then it's a bear flag. If it went up, well, then it was a failed pattern. That's why I don't trade patterns. But sure enough, it comes down, it breaks below our low, and now we're under here. And so once again, we are not looking strong. And now this, what I was explaining on an updated video that I did for my group, is if we come down hard, and this is from here, this is the extension from this, not this right here. The extension of this, if we come down hard, and that's what this is showing, not ups and downs and then comes down. But if we come down hard, I'm looking for a possible maybe bounce right around 114.2 to maybe 114 for it to, again, just liquidate people to come up, maybe up to our resistance trend line again, to come down, and then just see what happens here. But right now, if you don't have to be in a trade, don't be in a trade. If you are going to be in a trade, I would recommend doing scalps that may lead into swing trades, but of course, use stop losses, move them as soon as you can into profit. If you start seeing it reverse, nothing wrong with taking profit or taking at least some of your position out. So again, we go over more of this on my channel. So definitely tune in every single day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, Saturday and Sunday at 4. I show you pretty much what I think might happen versus what already happened. Even though I'm kind of breaking everything down, I'm showing you what I thought in that moment. Right now, not looking strong. I would not be surprised if, and let me go ahead and just update this. I would not be surprised if we can't, well, just pretty much this right here, where if we come up to do this number. Do I think we're going to come down? I really don't think so, just because of the news that we're having this coming week. You know, we have the FOMC, we have the rate cut, we have, the jobs, like everything is coming up this week. So just be very careful with more of this very violent, just liquidating people. So that's what I got on that. Right now, I'm thinking we may come up, and then again, if you don't have to be in a trade, don't be in a trade. If you're trading, scout, be very careful. Low leverage.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that as always, man. And again, as always, we're gonna go from here straight over to Joe's channel at noontime. So in about 40 minutes or so, we got a bunch of stuff to go over yet. The debt, the Doge, obviously. We got to talk some stuff in the UK, Thailand. We're going to be talking ETF delays, the whole 9 yards. So sit tight. Let's go say hey to some people who kind of came in on while Joe was busy talking about that. Melissa in the house, although by the time Joe was done, see, Joe, yep, it wasn't quick, bud. So she's saying she's got to go to work, so she's gonna be lurking. And yeah, appreciate you, Melissa. I'll tell you what, she has like the best vibes, all the time. Automatic Beats is in the house, and he's talking about soul to the moon as always. And you know what? Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit of soul later with regards to Galaxy Digital, but you know how I feel about soul. And last but not least, K Diggity, working and lurking. Appreciate everybody being here. Smack up those like button, that like button. Appreciate all of you, and to everyone on X, appreciate you being here as well. All right, so here we go, Joe. Debt and Doge time. When we were live last Monday, because even though I was away most of last week, we were live on Monday. Here's where we were with regard to the debt and the Doge. The debt was at 37,454 billion, which was a huge jump from the previous one when Joe and I went live, and the Doge was at 625 billion. Well, here is the live run of the debt clock as we speak. 37,484 billion. So, in that last one, we went up considerably, Joe. This one seems to be back in that 29, billion-dollar range on a weekly basis. So I don't know what that initial jump was, but we seem to have come back into the range. And then 634 billion here on the Doge. I like that, even though Elon is stepped away from everything and all that kind of stuff, that the Doge clock still keeps moving on up. Any thoughts you want to add with regard to this stuff there, Joe, before I pull it off the screen?
Go Bitcoin. That's all I gotta say. Go.
Okay, Bitcoin. Joe. Not while I'm drinking Doge. Oh my goodness, that's funny. That's funny. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. I understand completely. I'm with you. All right, let's move on. We're gonna jump over to England first, and I'm gonna go through this particular article a little bit. But most of what needs to be said here is actually in the title. Bank of England stablecoin limits are slammed by UK crypto groups. So basically, they're trying to limit how much stable coins people can hold. And I'm going to read through the beginning of this, and then we can kind of toss it around. Because let's be honest, we all know, especially with the passage of the Genius Act, stable coins are like the hot topic. Even when I was away at that conference, they were talking about stable coins. As you see some of these videos that I recorded to start coming out, you'll hear them talking a little bit about stable coins and legislation and so on. But here, UK-based cryptocurrency industry advocates call on the Bank of England not to proceed with plans to limit individual stablecoin holdings. In November 2023, the bank floated the idea of setting individual caps on digital pounds, because again, they got the pound, right? Between 10,000 pounds and 20,000 pounds. I mean, and it translates into US dollars. So basically somewhere between 13 and I don't know, what would that be? Like $26,000 is like a limit. According to a Monday Financial Times report, the industry groups criticized the plan, saying it would be difficult and expensive to implement this. And again, remember, you're talking needing to also implement this into DeFi. So this is just like, imagine the nightmare is all I'm saying. But the UK is a little bit screwed up anyway. Just saying. Feel free to chime in on that, Sonny. I know you're in the chat. Anyway, stablecoin limits don't work in practice. Basically, this Crypto Asset Business Council said that limits simply don't work in practice. He added that issuers don't have sight of who holds their tokens at any given time, so enforcement would require costly, complex new system. And I think you kind of get the point. Again, links to everything I talk about always in the description. So feel free to go ahead and check more of that out. But at the end of the day, I don't know how they would be enforcing those kind of caps in the first place. He's right. It would require like an entirely new system that would obviously involve KYC. Otherwise, how the hell would they know? You know what I mean? And then how would you track each person's individual wallet? It seems like a nightmare in the making with regard to stable coins over in the UK. Anything you want to add with that, Joe? I mean, you want to toss in on that?
Yeah, the biggest question is why? Why do they want to limit?
That's a great question. Maybe our next article about Thailand will give us an idea. But I mean, let's be honest. There is so much in the way of crypto regulation in the EU now. I mean, it's just, you know what I'm saying? And the UK, it's insane. Like every time you turn around, there's some new something. Or maybe that's just my opinion being a US guy looking at the news articles from the outside. That's why I was telling Sonny, and if he did and I missed it, Sonny, I'm sorry.
And just
But
imagine,
yeah,
if that did pass or it got approved or whatever, where there is a limit, you can only hold X amount of stable coin or whatever. Then what's next? You can only hold one Bitcoin. You can
yep,
only hold,
yep.
you know, a million XRP. Oh, so I did see a question. I know we're getting off track. I did see a question. How many XRP do you need to become a millionaire? Well, if the price is $1 for XRP, which it's not, but if it was, you would need to hold 1 million. There, problem solved.
There you go. I don't think that was the essence of the question, but I
don't
like
think
it,
so
though.
either, but it's the answer.
Yeah. I
Simple
like
math.
it. That's all right. There we go. Hey, here we go. Tech Man is in the house. Appreciate that. And I saw your other comment, Tech Man. Yeah, I'm generally speaking, I'm with you. But you know, these you got to keep a global perspective in this market. You really just do. And look who's in the house. Crypto Jar in the house. Listen, I went to that Boston blockchain conference and met the guys from the group from Blockchain North. And I'll tell you what, Jar is going to be reaching out to them, see if we can't get them on the Matrix Money podcast. But it was great. They knew exactly who he was. As soon as I said his name, he's like, yeah, that's the guy with that black and white logo. Yeah, bam. They knew Jar like it was nobody's business. So that was awesome. It was awesome. Yes, easy math. easy math on the part of Joe. Yes, exactly. All right, well, let's move on to this. Now, this is something that again, BC, hopefully Bedell, he's been sick, so I'm not sure if he's going to make it tonight. But Joel Valenzuela just messaged me and he confirmed he'll be there, but he's going to be a little bit late, which cool, no problem. When I first saw this, I had flashbacks to Greece when they closed all the banks and basically scalped everybody's bank accounts and so on and so forth. What was that back in the early 2000s? I think I don't know. It's been like 15 years or something like that, maybe a little bit longer. But anyway, that's originally what I thought. But according to this article, and we're going to go through what portions of this article just to see what they're saying. They're saying this is not that, but we're going to dive into it a little bit deeper because there's been other things going on in Thailand, including them like years ago banning stuff like NFTs and so on and so forth. So we're gonna set that up tonight. But for now, at least to give you the short and skinny here, again, links in the description. Thailand freezes 3 million bank accounts in scam crackdown. Or again, that's what they're saying. Yeah. So anyway, the Bank of Thailand has taken a bold step against financial fraud. Dun, dun, dun. You know, I see them trying to put on their cape or whatever. Yeah, please. Anyway, freezing about 3 million bank accounts linked to scam activities. Okay, you're using an AI bot, which it does say a little later on to do this. And I'm sorry, AI is great. I use it all the time. But shit gets caught up in this. It just does. Anyway, while the move was aimed at criminal networks, the impact has been spread to regular users, small businesses, and expatriates. The disruption has sparked interest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which is why I want to get Joel on tonight to look for other safer alternatives. Thailand has seen a surge in online scams with victims losing more than 6 million baht. I don't know. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly. Over the last year, that's their fiat currency. According to them, there's been a growing use of mule accounts. I mean, that makes sense if you think like drug mule, all this other kind of stuff, except this is online or in the banking system in this case. Basically, according to this, we urge the public not to panic. The suspension is only temporary. Who gives a shit? The fact is you were able to do it.
Right.
And we'll be, it's like, okay, you know what? I just want to hit this part because to me, and then Joe and you and I can go down a rabbit hole here. They've issued daily transfer limits in order to control the situation. Yeah. The Bank of Thailand has set daily transfer limits, 50,000, whatever, for elderly and minors. Okay. And 200,000 for most users. Okay. For people who own businesses, I get you need a higher thing, but really, I don't know. I'm going to assume that their fiat currency is worth shit. So, maybe this isn't enough for the elderly. I mean, you're talking about a group of people who are obviously, they probably need the money. They, heaven forbid they want to eat. Heaven forbid they need to do whatever it is they need to do in their daily lives in order to survive. And now they're being limited because the Bank of Thailand is sitting here completely controlling access to their bank accounts. What I was going to say, and then we can toss down the rabbit hole, is then after I read that piece, it was like, holy shit, this is the trucker strike in Canada all over again, just in a different country. That was the next thing that hit me. Joe, save me from myself. Feel free. Free. Throw your
and pretty much said it right there. They froze protesters' bank accounts in Canada. I remember that. And when I saw that, I was like, man, like I didn't know banks could do that. And I was like, that's why crypto is so important, because we need to unbank. And if I can transact with CCM or with Meet Damien or Duality C, and be like, okay, I want to buy X, Y, and Z from you. Here's some Bitcoin or XRP or HBAR or whatever. And there it is. It's done. Versus, I got to call my bank so they can see if I can access some of my money.
Yeah, can I access some of my money? Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, yeah.
Yep. I just want to kind of catch up on some of these chats, and then we can go further into it. I want to say hey to Shuby. Shuby's in the house. If you're a channel member, Shuby Buckets in the chat. And Meet Damien is here somewhere. I'm trying to get to his there. Did I get it? There it is. All right. Yeah. Appreciate you being here, brother. And hey, appreciate you lurking. Don't forget to smack up that like button. You guys know the drill. And yeah, Canada, I love it, JR. Yeah. Dictatorship. That's what it seemed like when that whole trucker strike thing was going on. And yeah,
big time.
And Jar chiming on in here. It was brutal. I mean, heaven forbid you are actually like exercising your right to free speech. But we've seen what happens with that here, even in the US over the last week. Let's not I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but to the point of what Jar's got to say right here. Yes. Yeah, this is what makes cryptocurrency important. And now the reason that I wanted to go into this further tonight during Hot of the Line with Joel Valenzuela. Again, Joel, for those who may not remember him in previous live streams and stuff, he's been living on crypto now for over a decade. I mean, hasn't gotten a fiat payment in at least that long. I honestly believe it might be slightly longer than that, but he can talk about that tonight. But the point is, he's an advocate for Dash. You guys know I love Dash, and I think that does a great job to do what it is we want to do. Heck, I just paid Shuby and Dash, and I wanted to make sure it got there, and Shuby's like, wow, it's here already. Yeah, it's like instant, man. It's like, bam, there it is. And thank you to Shuby for doing all that you do for me. I really appreciate you, brother. But that right now, the people in Thailand are looking for like Bitcoin. And hey, nothing against Bitcoin. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But we all know that unless you're transacting in Lightning or whatever the case may be, main chain, slow as shit. Let's be honest, for everyday type of transactions. It just is what it is. I got to hit some of these comments. Obviously we blew the chat up with this particular thing right here. It's so dumb that you have to ask. Yes, exactly. That's always, listen, even from when I was younger, it never made sense to me that I had to, that's my money, man. Like even today, if I got to send a transaction to like another country for some service I use online or something, it'll get blocked half the time. I got to literally call the bank and be like, yo, why are you blocking this? Well, it's in this country. I don't care. It's my money. I'm trying to spend it. Anyway. And yes, crypto fixes this. The modern system continues to improve. Why the technology behind crypto is so important. It's more than just buying tokens. Yes, it's a digital revolution. And there was a lot of that talk in Boston last week. And I'll tell you what, it is absolutely 100% true. What's JR saying? I need to be careful when I stream. They have strict internet laws here now for all the same. Are you serious? Like you got issues with that? Oh man, JR,
yeah,
man.
Seen it to where like people are getting arrested for making posts about.
Well, that's in like the UK, I think,
Yeah.
right? This JR's in Canada.
Oh yeah, true.
That's why I'm like, really? I mean, I believe you, JR. I'm not saying no. I just I love it. BTC. Sure, so value. Yeah, exactly. Faster speeds on Solana. Okay, Char, I love you, brother, but yeah, Solana. I love that he laughed at the end because exactly. Yeah, and yes, he's as Shuby's sitting here talking about Dash. Yeah, it was really fast. Like no sooner I hit send, it was done. It was there. It's great. It's great. Yeah, I get it, BC. I completely understand. And Lad, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you. Don't forget, guys, smack up that like button. And in about 20 minutes, we're going to be heading over to Joe's live stream. And I'm like not even halfway through everything I had to talk about here. But we're going
to more.
Yeah, we get. Hey, listen, I like these derailings. We'll get to it. And see, Joe, he's responding to what you were saying. Oh man, wow. See,
that's crazy. Like, where's freedom of speech? Now, granted, I get it if it's like hate speech and just horrible thing. I get it, but if it's just your thought process on whatever, like having the cops come to your house, knocking on your door, say, "Okay, come on, we just go to jail for what?" Oh, you posted something.
Yeah,
really?
Especially if it was like anti-government or opposite of what they want out there, you know. Which
crazy,
a la trucker strike, right?
Yep.
Okay, we'll move on now. There we go.
We do need a meter for blood pressure. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah,
it is so true, man. I don't know. I always use can I feel my veins in my neck?
Right.
That's probably too late at that point. Just saying. All right, let's keep going with the news here. So right here now, some of this is a little bit older because again, remember older news articles because remember I was gone for the better part of last week, but it's stuff I wanted to touch on. Kraken launches xStocks in Europe, and so basically expanding the ability for people to get their hands on U.S. equities. Now, the reason I did want to highlight this one is because this is something that Crypto Jar and I actually talked about when we came back. The first stream back in this part of 2025, where we talked about xStocks. And I'm not going to lie, prior to that stream, I really didn't even know much about it. But if you want to go check that stream out, I put a link to that stream also in the description. But I wanted to just point this out because obviously the rollout is going on. And yeah. JR agrees with you. Put that blood pressure monitor on the screen. Oh, good Lord. All right, let's keep this thing going here. We're going to talk Gemini. Joe and I told you guys probably about 2 weeks ago now that Gemini was doing an IPO. And the headline says most of it. This is pretty straightforward. Again, links in the description if you want to go ahead and check it out. But basically, they've raised $425 million in their IPO. So again, I don't know what the hell took them so long to go and try and do an IPO. I mean, Coinbase did it again. It's been almost 5 years now, something like that. And it's like, why did they wait? I mean, there may have been other issues. They are based in New York, and we all know that, New York sucks with regard to cryptocurrency and so on. But I would have thunk, given the Winklevi are all about crypto, Bitcoin, etc., that they would have done this a long time ago. But it looks like they had a good funding round with regard to this IPO. Any thoughts about that, Joe? You want to throw on in there?
No, just I agree. They should have done it a long time ago.
Yep. Well, and now, I know we showed Saylor earlier, but Joe and I have also done a lot of talking about altcoin treasury strategies. And Automatic Beats, if you're still in the house, here's your potential soul to the moon. And Jar, you too, brother. I want Jar to get his ROI at least on his Solana investments. Anyway, Galaxy Digital. I mean, Galaxy Digital, somebody been around the space for a while. 306 million in Solana to basically, as it says here, fuel their crypto treasury strategy. And it goes into, I'm just going to hit the key takeaways. Just it pretty much is what it says there. Galaxy Digital has acquired 1.55 billion worth of Solana in 5 days, including a $306 million purchase on Sunday. The buying spree coincides with Galaxy's 1.65 billion investment in Ford Industries, which is pivoting to become a major Solana treasury firm. Institutional interest in Solana is surging, and total value locked surpassing 12 billion. Again, I am no fan of Solana, but making it, I mean, let's be honest, top 20, I think it's the top 10 cryptocurrency without having that right in front of me, right, by market cap. It's got a lot of institutional backers, VCs, etc. I get why people would want to hold it as a treasury asset, but I don't know. Let's just put it this way. If I had that kind of money to spend, that wouldn't be the treasury asset. I'm maybe a very small bag, just because I'm not, a complete idiot, but I complete idiot. Again, it's about the money, right, Joe? I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm going to assume Joe trades Solana when the opportunity presents itself to trade Solana, whether he likes it or not, or any coin for that matter, whether he likes it or not, XRP, whatever, because I know he loves XRP, but he'll trade it because if the opportunity is there to make a little bit of money, do it. I mean, any other thoughts you want to throw out with regard to this, Joe?
Yeah, just I'm kind of happy to see that there are other coins being for the treasury. You never know which one's it's going to be. So if you're going to pop, but I mean, it's good for the space. It really is. I would like to see more just Bitcoin so that everybody's just concentrate on Bitcoin, and then that could be the gateway to get into other coins. But it is what it is.
Yep. No, agreed. And Andy is in the house. Appreciate you being here, Andy. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. Again, this is a little bit older news, but I thought it was worthy of mentioning. Hyperliquid launching their own stablecoin. Excuse me. The DEX aims to cut its reliance on USDC. And if anybody watched, we on Hot of the Line, we talked about on a number of streams, stable coins as we were ramping up into the Genius Act and all that kind of stuff. And I was very much like, why you doing stable coins? Why issue another stable coin? Blah, 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 blah. And it was the second sentence in this post that kind of hit it for me, where it was like, they're trying to cut back their reliance on USDC. And to me, that is a worthy reason, because you know that the government's all about Circle with USDC, hence the Circle IPO and blah, 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 blah. And in my opinion, via the Stable Act, USDC will be very much, again, this is my opinion, old guy, interwebs. That's going to be the way that they do it. Also, potentially, be via the Genius Act to try and use a lot of these other options to have what would end up being private, like private company CBDCs. But the more options we have out there, I've kind of changed my mind. Thank you to BC, by the way. I see more. Do it. You have a stable coin. You have a stable coin. You have a stable coin. I'm kind of almost all about it at this point. I mean, again, within reason. I don't want anybody getting rugged on a stable coin. But
true.
Any thoughts about that, Joe? Or anything you want to add to that?
No, I was right there with you in reference to, because for me it was always USDT, always.
Yes.
Then it's USDC. It was like, why? We have USDT. And then there's this other stable coin. Now we have states doing their own stable coins. It's like, why do that? Like, we have USDT. Like, I don't like, why keep on? But just like how you said, what it's doing, it's strengthening their infrastructure to where hopefully they can just succeed in what they're doing, and they don't have to rely on anybody else. It's like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense.
And wait, this side. All right, Andy, there you go. Finally, ooh, if I had that, I'd play it right now just for you, Andy. But I don't have that sound effect. Sorry. Oh crap. Okay, we're almost going over to Joe. Holy crap. Yep, we got down a rabbit hole there. But anyway, about just over 10 minutes, we're going to be heading over to Joe's stream. So if you're on YouTube, sit tight. We're going to forward you right on over there. And if you're on X, we got a few people on X. Appreciate you being here, by the way. X has been an ever-growing platform there, so thank you. But for you, the stream's just going to end. You're going to have to go seek Joe out on your own. All right, let's bring up this next piece, because this was a staggering thing to me. And I want to read through what John Deaton has to say first before we look at the actual chart and statistic with regard to this from the Kabisi letter. Because I wish John Deaton was able to unseat Elizabeth Warren in this past November, because well, you know why. I don't have to get into that. But anyway, the single greatest threat to our republic is the wealth gap. No argument. The gap widens year after year because Congress has engaged in the greatest intergenerational theft in history by printing money, creating a national debt of $37 trillion. We just looked at that. The bottom 50%, here's the stat, he kind of throws it in here. The bottom 50% of this country is in debt. Student loans, 1.7 trillion. Credit card debt, 1.2 trillion. Delinquencies approaching 2008, 2009 levels. 60% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck and don't have $1,000 set aside in case of an emergency. Facts. We're going to be talking, I'm assuming, talking about this a little bit tomorrow on Crypto Princess's stream. Joe, you're going to be there for that, right?
Yep.
Yep, I believe BC is going to be there for that. So we'll talk. I was going to talk more about that a little bit later. So anyway, I don't want to get too far off track until I at least get through this here. Anyway, if we don't address this, basically saying get this shit in order, love it. The countdown to the past and the path of endless deficits. We are all going to witness others turn to socialism as the answer. If a person is diagnosed with cancer and the doctor says he has a cure, people listen. They want it to be true. If you can't afford rent and groceries and a charismatic politician comes along and says, I can make it more affordable to you, people listen. Those are truer facts, never, ever been better said. But right here, here's the actual stat. The bottom 50% of U.S. households, so the poorer people, okay, now hold just 2.5% 2.5% of U.S. wealth. Holy shit. I saw that, and that was just like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel the crunch every time I go to the store. Every time I look at my car insurance payment, which has literally gone up twice in 2 months. It's just insane. But that statistic where you're talking half of all U.S. households, half, don't even account for 3% of total wealth in this country. Holy shit, that's all I got for that. Like, literally. Joe,
well,
I can already feel the blood pressure.
Yeah, according to Powell, the economy's great.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Speaking of which, what's your thoughts on how much we're getting for a rate cut?
25.
Yeah.
If we do any more than that, we'll get a pump, but then people will realize, oh, snap, that's not good. And then
yeah. I subscribe to what Piper says all the time on his. I agree. It won't be good 50 in this. We're too far down the road. It should have happened, in my opinion, months ago. But what do I know? I don't know shit. Again, old guy. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. We'll obviously be covering that a little bit later this week when that happens. A couple more things. About 8 minutes. Heading over to Joe's stream. Let's get to this. The SEC has delayed decisions on a few ETFs. Again, links are in the description, so you go ahead and follow this. But just some of them right here: Doge, HBAR, and let me change screens here. XRP and Solana, to name but a few. So those, I mean, bottom line is, I think they're definitely going to get approved. I like the fact that the SEC has pumped the proverbial brakes with regard to the sitch, because you know what? If they can set good policy in place with regard to approving these things, it will only help going forward, and hopefully help going forward, even if we have a not pro crypto person in place with regard to the SEC. Any thoughts you want to add with regard to that, Joe?
Yeah, in reference to the potential ETFs, it's really funny how everything's lining up for the last few months of the year. You have, of course, the rate cuts, you have the ETFs, you have, there's other things in place as well, that it's some decisions that the government has to make for November. And it just so weird that everything is lining up. And so more than likely, we'll have that nice run. But very important, though, take profits. Don't get too greedy. Yeah. And because that's what's going to happen. Like we've been starving for so long, and then we get food. It's like, oh my gosh, so much food. And it's like, no. Like just, take profits. So, yeah, be careful.
Again, link to Piper Academy in the description. He helps you with that, with the Piper plan. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. That is all the news articles we got. I did want to show a few pictures, if I can get them up on the screen here, from Boston Blockchain Week. Talk a little bit about that. What's that? I take profits daily unless it's a sketchy stitch. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then once we talk about all that, we're going to be heading over to Joe's stream about 5 minutes now. Holy crap, time flies. I love these streams, Joe. I love when we get down those rabbit holes. It's just like, bam, yeah. There we are, man. There we are. You let me know when you got to go, brother, and then we'll. Well,
I'll tell you what. I'll take the opportunity right now. So if you are on X, come on over, smash the like. You're going to get automatically forwarded to my channel, where basically we show you how to trade in the most simplistic way. I don't use terminology you've never heard before. I don't use, acronyms. I just basically give it I give you the basics, and that's what you have to do. You have to understand the basics, have a solid foundation, so anything you build on top of it will be strong, versus building it on sand and you're not understanding, and then you're trying to learn something on top of that, you're gonna fail.
Yeah,
that's all I got. I do thank you guys very much. And we'll see you over there. All right, on my channel. Take care, guys.
All right. Thank you, Joe. As always, Joe's here every Monday and Wednesday with me, and I'll tell you what, I appreciate him very much. So, yeah, thank you to him for being here. And all right, so let me give you the recap. Well, it ain't gonna be much of a recap. I actually put out a newsletter with a bit of a recap. Well, it should have dropped about an hour ago. If you're not already signed up to my newsletter, link is in the description and in the pinned comment. If you're watching this on the replay, sign up for the newsletter. I'm trying to drop all kinds of great information in there to help you out as we go through this space. But basically, let's here's one of the here's one of the pictures I posted. This was actually the third day while I was there to kind of start the day off. And it was great. I'm going to try and actually see if I can't bring up a few other pictures that I had queued up. I have to bring them up differently. So I apologize. Ooh, what the hell just happened? Something just went wrong. See, and here it is. Here it is. It's what it is. Let's see if I can bring this one. Oh, it's StreamYard always has something new coming on. So here's one of the pictures from there. This was actually on the first day. They did a like a tech competition, so somebody could win money to help support their new venture going forward in the blockchain space. And this was everybody, all the contestants kind of getting together at the end for when they did the giveaway. And yeah, Jar, it was, man, it was a great time. Again, I don't know if you heard me. I was saying I love meeting Flo from Blockchain North. Again, hopefully he'll be coming on Matrix Money podcast. We can have a chat with him. Julie, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Wrapping it all up right now, but thanks for being here. If you sit tight, though, we're going to be heading over to Trade Intuition's live stream right after this. And anyway, so that's one picture. Let me see if I can't it won't let me. Damn it. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to get it where you could see. Speaking of blockchain ventures, let's see, well, that one, there it is. They had a whole place set up. It was funny. This was their second location. The first location, they were off like right where everybody was walking in, which was honestly probably the perfect location for them. But it was so windy those first couple of days, they had to move into this area where they could keep their stuff up. So without it getting blown all over the place. It was kind of funny. But these guys were great. Like I said, hopefully they'll be jumping in and joining us on the Matrix Money podcast soon. And here we go. Here's one of the guys coming back to talk about a startup showcase. There's their name right there, and they were taking questions from the audience, which I thought was awesome, by the way, where they could go and basically try to explain why you should be, or they should be, what you're using with regard to their business in the crypto space, which was a kind of payments thing. And last but not least, this is more of a Shuby thing right here. I thought of Shuby when this happened right here. What kind of great conference are you at when they literally bring in a mobile or the beer mobile to come in and you can have some beer? Now, the good news is they did wait to do that until like later in the day. So like toward the end of all of the talks, fireside chats, keynotes, all that kind of stuff, to bring in the beer mobile. But it was great to be even able to have that there. I thought it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. What's that say? They should stop by here every day. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was great. It was great. Listen, one more thing I just want to bring up with regard to my week this week. Let me see if I can. Crap. Okay, forget it. I got too many things open here right now. Bottom line, what's going on? Crypto Coin Mindset the rest of this week, and we're gonna head over to Joe's stream right after this. So basically, tonight, on the line, myself, BC, for sure. I'm not sure if Bedell is going to make it there. He's been kind of sick. And Joel Valenzuela will be joining us from Dash. We're going to be talking and unpacking this whole Thailand thing a little bit more that we talked about earlier. So come on in, join the conversation for that. And, where, a lot of these people over in Thailand right now are trying to get Bitcoin, et cetera, et cetera. I think there are other options. Hence, I wanted to get Joel Valenzuela's input with regard to this. So, make sure you're joining me tonight with those guys at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow morning at, I think it's 10:35 Eastern in the morning, I'm going to be on with Crypto Princess. It's going to be myself, Trade Intuition, and BC Port Corp with Crypto Princess tomorrow morning. So make sure you're joining in for that. And then on Wednesday, 11 a.m., Joe and I will be back live as usual. And Friday, Crypto on the Rocks resumes, and we will be moving our way into that 100th episode. All right, that's going to do it. We're going to head out of here and go raid Joe's live stream. Again, if you're on X, you're going to have to go seek out Joe. Sorry. But if you're on YouTube, just sit tight, and we're going to head right on over there right now. When you get there, CCM raid in the live chat. All right. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you tonight.